When you think about it, no one's repeating anymore, right? The last 7 years, like people have, you haven't even got out of the second round. So they're kind of creating a different mindset to maybe, get back to a conference finals, get back to a finals and win another one. So it's not easy to repeat. They're taking a different approach.
They're one of the elite defensive teams in the game. They got the best record in basketball. And Oklahoma City is just doing everything to make sure everybody knows that no matter what the hell you see, what you think you're watching, what you're thinking about, whatever, know this. We're not going anywhere.
The 2025-26 NBA season is barely getting started, but the Oklahoma City Thunder already look like they're playing a different sport entirely. It's like they've unlocked a secret blueprint nobody else has even seen yet. Every cut is sharp, every pass feels planned, and every rotation looks like it came straight out of a masterclass. They move with rhythm, strength, and crazy basketball IQ that makes other teams look like they're reacting one step too late. What makes this even wilder is the fact that this squad is still one of the youngest groups in the entire league. Just 17 games in, OKC is sitting at a ridiculous 16-1 record, dropping 122.6 points per game and holding teams to 106.3 exclamation mark A plus 16.3 point differential. That's the kind of dominance people used to talk about with the 2017 Warriors, the 96 Bulls, and even the 2001 Lakers. Numbers like that don't come from luck. They come from control, trust, and a kind of confidence only elite teams ever reach. Nobody just trips into stats like that. And if you've been watching this rise in real time, none of this shocks you. The Thunder didn't stumble on greatness. They built it piece by piece. Smart moves, patience, and using every playoff loss as a lesson turned their setbacks into strategy. Now that strategy looks like the foundation of a dynasty in the making. They might be young on paper, but they play with the calm, locked-in mindset of vets who already know what winning feels like.
When you think about it, no one's repeating anymore, right? The last 7 years, like people have, you haven't even got out of the second round. So they're kind of creating a different mindset to maybe, get back to a conference finals, get back to a finals and win another one. So it's not easy to repeat. They're taking a different approach.
Every possession shows discipline, edge, and hunger. And if you needed proof that this team was speeding toward greatness way faster than anybody expected, all you have to do is look back at the 2023-24 season. The moment OKC officially announced they were done waiting for a future timeline and ready to compete right now. That season was the league's wake-up call. The Thunder weren't supposed to be a threat yet. People said they were too young, too light, too raw. But basketball doesn't follow anyone's schedule. OKC ripped through the season with 57 wins and the third best offense in the NBA, playing fast, unselfish, and fearless. They weren't just ahead of schedule, they were rewriting the entire thing. Then the playoffs came, and so did the reality check. After sweeping the Pelicans, OKC ran into Luka Doncic and the Mavericks, and Luka went nuclear. He averaged over 32 a night, controlled every matchup, and made Oklahoma City's defense look like it couldn't keep up. OKC didn't have the muscle inside, no true enforcer, and relying on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as their only main creator became a real issue. That loss wasn't a failure. It was a map showing exactly what they needed to level up.
Shai is just playing, he's playing with a different type of confidence level right now. He's playing like he knows he's owning his craft. I own my craft, and nobody gonna stop me from doing my craft on a night-to-night basis, which is very scary. And as a team, to compete against that team, you have to come play for 48 minutes.
I feel like sometimes you got to fool yourself a little bit, and by taking that approach, it's like, hey, we understand it. We know we're the hunted, but that can't be our mentality. Yeah. And that says a lot about this young group. There's a young group of guys there who has reached the pinnacle, but at the same time, they're still hungry, and their approach is like they've never been there before. Like we're chasing, we're hunting still, and I love it. I love their approach, and it's showing. 8-0, and what's scary is they were very good last year. And they're better than last year.
And that's when the real rise began. The 2024 offseason was the moment OKC stopped being labeled the team of the future and stepped straight into the present as a legit powerhouse. Sam Presti, cool and strategic like always, made two moves that flipped everything. First came Isaiah Hartenstein, a tough, smart, high-motor center who brought the grit OKC had been missing. He wasn't signed to be a star. He was signed to do the dirty work with pride, rebounding, defending, taking contact contact, absorbing pressure so Chet Holmgren didn't have to carry every inside battle alone. With him on board, OKC finally had that physical edge they lacked before, and it instantly changed the energy of the team. With Hartenstein in the mix, the Thunder finally had somebody who could bang with the heavy front courts out west and actually hold his ground. Then came the move that broke the internet. Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. People argued about it non-stop, but the results showed up quick. Caruso's toughness, smarts, and defensive versatility made him the perfect tag team partner next to Lou Dort. Those two formed a defensive wall that turned OKC from solid to downright suffocating. Once the new season tipped off, the Thunder looked completely upgraded, faster, tougher, and laser-focused. They stormed to a 68-14 record, locked up the league's best defense, and rolled through the playoffs like it was routine. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander grabbed both MVP and Finals MVP. Jalen Williams lit up the finals with a 40-point eruption, and Chet Holmgren stepped into full two-way star mode. And when the confetti dropped, the whole moment didn't feel like a finish line.
You were the regular season MVP. Congratulations. Thank you. You won the NBA scoring title, averaged 32.7 points per game. The Thunder won an NBA championship. And you were named the NBA Finals MVP, becoming just the 4th person in history to win the regular season MVP, scoring title, and Finals MVP in the same season. The only other 3 that were on that list are Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
It felt like the beginning of something huge. So when this new season started, OKC didn't show up like a team trying to defend a title. They showed up like a team that upgraded every system they had. Everything about them looked sharper, quicker reads, stronger chemistry, smarter spacing, and a nastier defensive identity on every possession. If last year's championship proved they had elite talent, this season's run is proving they've mastered the entire blueprint. Their offense moves with real chemistry. Every cut and pass feels natural, like the whole squad is sharing one brain. On defense, they move as one unit with no hesitation and no wasted steps. Every rotation feels automatic, like they spent years tuning every detail until it became pure instinct. The numbers back it all up. Opponents are shooting just 43% against them, placing OKC among the league's top defensive units. They barely give up anything at the rim, forcing teams into uncomfortable floaters and rush jumpers. Opponents hit only 34% from 3 because Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, and Cason Wallace bring non-stop pressure with 0 breaks. Their pick and roll coverage is so tight that teams average just 0.82 points per possession attacking it. That's domination at a level most squads can't even reach. Playing the Thunder doesn't feel like facing a normal team. It feels like trying to solve a puzzle that keeps switching shape right in front of you. And right at the center of everything is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, not just OKC's best player, but the heartbeat that keeps the whole machine running. Most players would relax a little after winning MVP and Finals MVP, but not Shai. He came back looking even calmer, sharper, and more dangerous, like someone who knows exactly what he can do and has full control of it. His numbers, 31.9 points, 6.0 assists, 4.9 rebounds, only hint at how he runs the game. His efficiency is unreal, 53% from the field, 40% from deep, almost perfect at the line, and a 66% true shooting percentage that puts him in the same rare air as Curry and Durant. But what makes Shai truly stand out is the way he owns the mid-range. That forgotten space, he keeps torching at over 51%. He breaks defensive plans built for everybody else and turns them useless. His danger isn't just the stats, it's the control. He slows the game down, speeds it up, shifts gears on command, and makes defenders look like they're playing on delay. He plays like the whole game is slowing down just for him. Shai reads the floor before anyone else even reacts. He sees passing lanes before they appear, spots help rotations before they shift, and punishes every small mistake. Leave a lazy switch, he tears it apart. Double him, he finds the open man like it's nothing. Give him space, he drops the jumper. Crowd him, he slides right past without even breaking stride. Shai isn't just the face of the franchise, he is the system. The Thunder's rhythm, spacing, patience, and timing all run straight through him. Every piece of their offense makes sense because he makes it make sense. He's not just Oklahoma City's star, he's the foundation of their entire style of play. And standing right beside him is Jalen Williams, a luxury most franchises never get. A second option who plays like a first whenever the moment calls for it. He's putting up 21 plus a night, shooting 52% from the field and 41% from three, all while barely turning the ball over. His decisions show a player who doesn't just hoop, he understands the game on a deeper level, raising OKC's ceiling every single night. There's a calmness in his game that's dangerous. He glides through defenses, slips into open lanes, punishes closeouts, and finishes with either hand like it's routine. Give him space and he scores. Press him and he finds the read. He's that rare wing who can score, create, defend, and do it all without needing the whole offense built around him. Next to Shai, Jalen becomes part of something special. Together, they form one of the most efficient scoring duos in the West, dropping 124 points per 100 possessions. Their chemistry isn't something you measure, it's something you feel every time they share the floor. A natural rhythm that makes the whole offense move like a single unit. But while those two set the tone on the perimeter, the Thunder's true secret weapon sits right in plain sight. The front court combo of Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. Chet is the type of big every team wants but almost nobody has. He protects the rim, switches onto guards, alters floaters, and shuts down the paint all in one sequence. Opponents shoot just 50.7% at the rim against him, numbers that echo Rudy Gobert in his prime. Chet has that rare mix of size, timing, agility, and instincts you can't teach. He doesn't just protect the paint, he redesigns it, forcing players into shots they don't even want. And it's not just defense. Chet's offense stretches teams to the breaking point. He's putting up 19.3 points on 58% shooting with 35% from deep. His range and touch give OKC perfect spacing, and the second he steps off the floor, the whole energy changes. His presence literally shifts how the court feels. Then there's Hartenstein, the muscle behind the magic. He brings the power, snatching 8.9 rebounds with over 3 coming on the offensive glass. He embraces contact, sets bone-solid screens, clears space, and lets Chet stay mobile and dangerous. With Hartenstein out there, OKC's whole system runs cleaner and harder, posting a plus 12, 4 net rating whenever he's on the court. Together they form a wall that holds opponents to just 102 points per 100 possessions. That's not just strong defense, that's elite system-breaking defense. But the real headache for opponents starts out on the perimeter. The trio of Lou Dort, Alex Caruso, and Cason Wallace has quietly become one of the nastiest defensive units in the entire league. They chase, pressure, bump, read passing lanes, and smother ball handlers until the entire offense falls apart. There's no rest, no comfort, and no safe matchup when those three are locked in. Dort brings that raw physical edge, built like a tank, moving with purpose, wearing guards down one possession at a time. Every drive feels like running into a wall. Caruso adds the brains to the muscle, reading offenses like a scout before the action even happens. He slips through screens with perfect timing, always a step ahead. And then there's Wallace, the young spark who connects everything. Quick hands, sharp instincts, and the versatility to guard point guards or wings without ever breaking the Thunder's defensive rhythm. When all three hit the floor together, opposing guards feel the pressure instantly. The space shrinks, passing lanes disappear, and suddenly every simple action feels crowded. Shots get rushed, passes turn forced, and dribbles lead straight into trouble. Every possession becomes a grind, and by the second half, most backcourts look drained just trying to create an inch of breathing room. Their impact shows up in every important stat even before you break it all down. Opponents' three-point numbers crash, pick and rolls fall apart, and turnovers stack up. And for the few guards who manage to slip past them, the reward is running into Holmgren or Hartenstein at the rim, a shot-blocking duo that makes even basic layups feel like terrible decisions. That's the real difference between Oklahoma City and every other top team. Their defense doesn't just slow you down, it changes the way you're allowed to play against them. It's not just about talent or play calling anymore. You're battling a system built to erase your comfort zone and force you to live in chaos. And the craziest part, that pressure never fades. Most teams fall apart when their stars sit, but the Thunder just keep coming. Their bench doesn't hold the line, it attacks. AJ Mitchell checks in with instant offense, bringing energy and giving them 15 to 16 points a night while flipping momentum in minutes. Isaiah Joe stretches the floor to the max, knocking down threes at a dangerous 42% clip. And Aaron Wiggins. He's the glue every contender dreams of having. Shooting 56%, cutting at the perfect time, guarding everything in sight, and squeezing value out of every possession he touches. OKC's bench drops almost 40 points per game, enough to outscore full starting fives across the league. What makes them special isn't just production, it's consistency. No matter who steps on the court, the Thunder never lose their identity. The second unit plays exactly like the starters, fast, connected, efficient, and locked in on defense while staying razor sharp on offense. There's no slowdown, no soft spots, just wave after wave of controlled chaos that wears teams out from the inside. That's why the Thunder are where they are today, not because of luck, shortcuts, or some overnight jump, but because of years of patience, structure, and a clear vision. Oklahoma City built something deeper than talent. They built a culture and a system. Players don't get stuck in roles here. They grow into them. Everyone knows their job, but more importantly, they know why it matters. That kind of clarity builds chemistry, real chemistry, the type that makes a whole squad move like one heartbeat with the same identity every single night. Their offense and defense lock together like perfectly synced gears in a machine. The offense brings pace, spacing, rhythm, and confidence, while the defense answers with discipline, control, and non-stop pressure that never lets up. When all of that connects, you get basketball that isn't just efficient, it's straight up dominant. Head coach Mark Daigneault is the architect behind it all. His system isn't some stiff, old-school setup. It's built on reading the floor, reacting fast, and trusting teammates to make smart choices. He gives his players freedom, but it's controlled freedom, the kind that rewards awareness and punishes lazy plays without mercy. That blend of young energy and veteran-level discipline is what separates OKC from everybody else. They play fast but never wild. They take chances but stay in command. They defend aggressively without slipping into chaos. It's that rare mix of confidence and control that leaves opponents confused and frustrated from the opening tip to the final buzzer. At the core of everything, this team runs on culture, real culture. Every role matters. Every decision matters. Every standard means something. Development isn't just a talking point here, it's the backbone. Oklahoma City didn't just build a system that works, they built one the players believe in, and that belief is what turns good teams into special ones. As the season keeps rolling, one thing is obvious. You can't call the Thunder a young team with potential anymore. That stage is done. They're not some cute surprise story. They're not an overachieving group of young guys. They turned into a full-on machine. OKC has evolved into one of the most organized, disciplined, and confident teams in the entire league, blending youth, skill, and maturity in a way most franchises can only hope for. And if they keep this up, this won't just be another great season. It could be the first chapter of something that lasts. This might be the moment when Oklahoma City stops being defined by its rebuild and starts being defined by its reign. The shift from promising to powerful, from rising team to legitimate dynasty. The formula isn't hard. Stay healthy, stay connected, and keep that quiet confidence they've had since opening night. If they do all that, the 2025-26 season might be remembered as more than a title defense. It might be remembered as the beginning of a new era, the moment the Thunder didn't just reach the top, they started building a permanent home there. So what do you think about this Thunder run? Do you see a dynasty forming in front of us? Or do you think another squad can catch up soon? I'd really like to hear your take on this story. Drop a comment below. I truly appreciate everyone who takes a moment to share their thoughts. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one. Catch you in the next video. Stay locked in and take care.